has been getting bigger and better, and now we get the climax of A versus D, the two best groups in terms of performance, in terms of kills, in terms of entertainment, and I'm sure they're going to provide even more here in this A versus D matchup. We have 8 out of 10 of the players with the most kills so far in the group stages. This is going to be an absolutely stacked lobby.
It is indeed. Now we should tell the story, of course, of what today is all about. The big story, like we've mentioned, is who is going to make it through. But we have a little bit of an indication here, Dan, of some of the teams that are going to be making it through to the grand final. Some of our best performing teams, the likes of Alliance, the likes of Gambit, all of these huge teams putting up some of the biggest point totals we've seen so far are in this lobby. So this isn't just going to be a ride through to the final for any of these teams. They're going to have to perform at the highest level.
Yeah, you were speaking to Pierre from Flavor of the Month yesterday, and he did some quick math, and he seems to think 117 points would be enough to guarantee you top 20. We have 4 teams who have already got more than that. They might be able to sit pretty, but you don't want to leave it down to chance. You don't want to leave it down to someone's bad mathematics. But I think he might be right. That is a lot of points already accumulated in the first 2 days. Pick up a few more here in day 3, and you should be there in the finals. But there's a lot of teams that are teetering around that 20th position that are going to need to have a good day in A versus D, because of course elsewhere in B versus C, Mark, there's a lot of points to be acquired there. All these top teams are in this lobby, so there's points to be had elsewhere.
Massive, massive day for all of these teams, and I just wonder how important this first game is going to be, as we do see that beacon being hit and we get our first circle of the day here on World's Edge. And you can see we're going towards Epicenter. We're going towards what I believe looks like a survey camp finish, similar to what we saw in one of the games yesterday, where Gambit Esports almost managed to pull out the 2v3 versus 303. We have both those squads, of course, in this lobby as well, so who knows? History might. Wargang now, one of the standout teams that we actually wanted to give a bit of a shout out after their day 1 and day 2 performance. They are the team who are trying to hold them out.
I did. I mean, Wargang in 17th place right now. They have been absolutely fantastic across day 1 and 2 and have a real shot of getting to these finals. And I'm sure that they would be absolutely delighted if they can finish in the top 20. Any sort of kind of team that, you know, is unexpected or wasn't maybe necessarily a favourite to finish in the top 20 is always going to be a fantastic surprise, and always going to be one of those amazing stories that we will tell once the finals have concluded. The Lions have had to back up here, and they found themselves between several teams. So even though they went for that rotation, they wanted to push in. As we expected, a lot of teams have already found those spots, all those god spots that we know on the edge of survey. Yeah.
So Alliance managed to rotate ahead of one team, which is now
helmet here.
Well, Hackett is worried about the team that was inside of Skyhook and kind of rotating their way down to the southern side through that choke, and they've also got another team in front of them. So Alliance will be forced to fight, you would imagine, unless they want to try and take that redeployed balloon and be a little bit risky, landing late into survey camp and trying to find somewhere to play. But Game of Drones are the team who are holding them out at the moment, but they're going to pull away and actually give up a little bit of space here to Alliance, and that might allow them to push up themselves. And Alliance, they don't need to be asked twice here, Dan. Any kind of room you give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
Oh, definitely. They want to just get themselves in towards this circle. Any sort of room they can play, any sort of rocks they can hide behind. You can see all the pings, the different considerations that they're trying to play here. And actually, elsewhere, you can see in the kill feed, there is absolute mayhem on the east side of the map. Members of Kick, members of ATK, and members of Aqualinks all going down. So there's a difficult rotation from them coming from the east side. But for Alliance, they seem to have wormed their way into the circle here. But it's going to be a difficult position if they're going to get a lot of teams coming from behind.
Well, let's jump into a listening now with Alliance. We've heard from Hackett, so let's see what Vibes and IPN have got to add to the party.
Down here. Give me a Kraber.
Right left side, they're shooting us.
Kraber here. Coming down. Yeah. They'll
get
us.
up, I think.
Going down.
We get a shot from left side. They're trying to move on us. They're trying to move us.
Are they on one
We need
side?
to move up though. Yes, there's a team inside.
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm making a portal into the fucking trailer.
Yeah, this is
Just play on the portal, play on the portal.
Right behind us, go down behind us.
Okay, just play aggressive.
I'm ulti behind.
Play aggressive, take the TP if you have to. Take TP.
Yeah, TP.
Nading, careful.
I died.
They're nading. They're stabilized for now. You gotta get in the corner out there.
Aim for me, brother, I think. No, it's not.
You gotta block me, guys. You gotta block me.
Okay,
keep blocking. Keep blocking, we're fine. We're dead.
Normally I'll say Alliance are in a sticky situation, but this is a smelly one as the Caustic Ultimate is going to deal the damage. But the one good thing for Hakus is the fact that he has that gold armor, which he can get those quick heals off to keep himself alive and find this central position in the middle of the survey camp.
Yeah, he's going to hope to be able to rat out here, and to be honest, there is a possibility he could be alive in the last, like, 5 squads with how this potential circle could play out, but he very much is a focus point right now, and I feel like a lot of the teams around him know he's going to be on his own, may look to pick up 1 extra KP, and just get him out of a real nuisance spot, because this is going to be a position a lot of these teams will want to play if the circle starts to close.
Yeah, Alliance trying to do what they can at the moment. This is a tough zone for them, of course, like you mentioned, a long way to rotate to get to this position. They managed to stay alive for now, but so many teams you can see in the vicinity at the moment. You have Aqualix still holed up inside of that building where they've been. ATK exactly the same from their new esports. Those 3 teams have not moved, and why wouldn't you if you have the prime real estate with the highest property value here on World's Edge in Game 1. So now it's more about the teams who are going to be trying to force their way in from the epicenter side of the map, or maybe from the southern side of the map from Fragment. They're going to be the ones who have the toughest job.
Yeah, again, round 4 closing, and we've still got 17 squads in the mix, and they are going to fall like flies very shortly as this red comes in, and it's going to be such a tough position to actually try and find any sort of ground where you're not going to be shot from multiple positions. So you really need to assert dominance, show that you can be aggressive at the right times, and hit your shots when you need to. Teams are going to back off if they get cracked, but the best teams will continue to face a fight when they are confident. And if they can win that fight, you get the shield swaps, and then you put yourself in a far better chance to actually survive.
Well, Flavor of the Month at the moment have a very tough next 30 seconds or so as they will be forced to move. And you can see they're just trying to see if they can poke and do any kind of damage. Maybe it's going to be a Gibby ultimate just to push a team back, but it looks like Taylor's going to be using the portal instead just to get them a little bit closer to that zone and give them an option at least to play behind this rock. And it looks like he's going to be safe for now, but they will have to walk it in. Maybe use that bubble, or maybe take a fight here in a 3v3. And it looks like Flavor of the Month are now getting aggressive, and those shots coming in from Taylor are going to give them the opening they were so desperate for.
Take advantage of this damage, get involved, get the bubble down. You've got 2 knocks. This is huge for Flavor of the Month, but it's a question of whether there's a third party. Get Pierre up. If this is a survivable position for them, they'll be all right, but I don't think there's going to be the chance to. Taskmaster's getting involved, and they are not going to be able to survive here, Flavor of the Month. It was a great opportunity. They took the 3v3, but of course, any noise is going to just invite a third party.
And the teams either side of them who are looking for kills, well, one of them is on your screen right now, and that's Scars Europe. The other was Gambit, but Mandy now has a Kraber in hand, and if you needed to create an opening, there's a massive opportunity to do that. You can't stand still on your drone when Mandy's around and he's got a Kraber in his hand.
Gotta be careful when you're playing Crypto. A lot of Cryptos in the lobby, a lot of possibilities for easy and free Kraber shots. They should be able to get that player back up, but at least that is an indication for the rest of the lobby of we need to be careful. There is a Kraber that could be cracking us at any point. I thought he was going to take that shot, but he didn't.
Held on to those bullets, knowing how vital they could be. But 40 seconds here, and you can see that Scars have got the furthest to go towards that circle. Missile Strike is going to come in to the right from one of his teammates. I think it's Tashin who's actually playing on the Valkyrie to try and force that team back. And at the moment, you can see the Scars are kind of caught in 2 minds here. Do they want to try and clear some space, which looks like it is the job of Taishin and RPR to do that, while Mandy is on the Kraber looking for some kills. But look at Gambit at the moment. Ardeki is alive for now, but he's getting shot from so many different angles that Gambit, the standout team from yesterday, will be eliminated outside of the top 10.
He thought he maybe had a little cranny that he could hide in, but unfortunately the rest of the lobby said, no sir, you're not going to be able to survive. And that northern train track is going to be prime position, and if I remember correctly, it was Fire Beavers who are in that position with
a mobile respawn or something magical that's been pulled out of the backfit here for Alliance, and Hackis, the IGL, the leader, the warrior, over the last few days has managed to get both Vibes and IPN back into this game. So from a perilous position, Alliance now involved in this final battle.
How on earth have the Lions done that? Absolutely amazing stuff just to be able to get all 3 back up. As Scars Europe utilising this bubble at the moment. Have the Kraber, but Mandy misses the first shot. Can he hit a second one? Could be huge for him. But look at where Fire Beavers are right now. They are in the #1 spot.
Kills coming in for Alliance. What a play that has come in from Hackett so far, and they call him the Kidnap King, and maybe he's going to go for a kidnap himself. He is going to actually capture 2, I think, and now Hackett is going to be doing what he does best. Hackett once again with a monstrous kidnap play.
Clip it now and just stick it in the highlight reel. 4 squads left. How on earth have Alliance been able to pull this off? They were down to just bare bones. 1 player remaining in a van targeted by the entire of Survey Camp, but they've got all 3 back up, and now they've finished at least in the top 4. Scars Europe struggling a little bit at the moment. They do have the high ground though, but I would say, look at this, Fire Beavers. They've waited there all game, and now they can just wait, be patient, and allow everyone else to just push each other, because they are going to be the latest team, I feel, to push to the center of this circle.
Well, New Esports only have 2 players, and most importantly for them, they've lost the Caustic player as well, so they don't have that ultimate ability to throw into the space towards the end game. But Alliance, my word, what a phoenix rising from the ashes this has been in this game 1. They will be hit by the missile strike here and forced to maybe pop a few cells, but they managed to avoid it, and now both Valkyries exchanging fire across this open ground. 3 kills to the name of Hackett here, and now you're going to see Scars Europe being forced to move. New Esports being forced to move as well as the zone is closing in.
If Alliance win this game, I will lose my mind, and New Esports lose another player. They're down to just 1. Fire Beavers being a real nuisance. Tyler is going to get wiped out, and now it's just 3 squads left. Alliance going to have to push on.
Alliance move in, and the hits from the frag grenade are going to give them the opening that they do need. Hackett once again manages to take down 2. However, he will be taken down as well, and now Alliance, it looks like their story, unfortunately, will be done for now, and it will be Fire Beavers who come out on top in game number 1 here. They had the best position, and they have the best placement at the end of it.
And that's a Loba winning game number